With the Phandelver mini set coming out soon, we have, of course, the limited edition box set to share with you today, and many thanks to WizKids for that. Once again, these boxes feature minis from the main booster collection with an alternate paint scheme. And now they also contain one exclusive figure that you can't find anywhere else. We reviewed the Phandelver adventure, a video that you can watch up there in the corner. In a nutshell, it makes for a fun starter adventure or a classic-style dungeon delving adventure if that is your bag. So let's take a closer look at a couple of minis that you can get to support the campaign in the Phandelver and Below Shattered Obelisk limited edition box set. Today's video is brought to you by Hit Point Press. The Fablemaker's deck of many things features 46 stunning foil cards in full color and monochrome variants, illustrated by the Eisner Award-nominated artist Yoshi Yoshitani, as well as an Oracle guidebook with brand new effects for your 5e games. The full color cards can serve as a familiar deck of many things, while the monochrome Underworld variants come with their own brand new effects based on the themes of the Oracle cards. Expand your journey with bundles including Donjon D20 spinning pins, reading mats, and more. Pull your delight or your doom. Pledge today at thedeckofmanythings.com or by using the link in the info icon above or the doohickey down below to let them know we sent you. When a Mind Flayer colony lays its eggs too close to a rift to the far realm, those aberrant energies can corrupt the egg sac into an Encephalon cluster. And instead of birthing illithid tadpoles, as it's supposed to, it ejects these so-called Encephalon Gemmules, which will eventually grow into a new cluster if given the chance. The Gemmule has a resistance to magic, and it can attach itself to foes to leech the life out of them. Remember that these have a different paint scheme as well to the ones in the full set, so we'll post comparisons when we do get our factory set. The first big change in this adventure from the original is the introduction of mutated psionic goblins like this. We get 2 psionic goblin stat blocks, and this little lady here represents the CR4 Goblin Psi Commander as evidenced by her psychic blade. The full set has a dedicated Goblin Psi Commander mini, but that one is throwing up this big old shield. Again, the corrupting influence of the Far Realm is quite present in this adventure. And the humanoids are certainly not immune from it, as you can see in this corrupted villager. The town of Phandelver comes under Far Realm influence during the course of the adventure, and unless the PCs do something about it, everyone in town will eventually mutate into this zombie-esque feral aberration. They use a slightly modified Berserker stat block from the basic rules. Now we get into the showpieces from this set, starting with my personal favorite, the Otyugh Mutate. Again, the Far Realm influence here. The book gives you a few mutated versions of common monsters. The Otyugh grows chitinous plating over its ghostly translucent flesh. It can slam foes into its own plating to stun them. It also has a dangerous, noxious breath. Definitely a fun variation of one of my favorite monsters. And finally, we have the box-exclusive figure, the Flesh Meld, a quintessential Far Realm aberration. You could certainly substitute a Gibbering Mouther mini if you decide not to pick this set up. The Flesh Meld has a death aura around it that can deal necrotic damage and poison foes. It's also able to climb up walls, grapple foes from up to 30 feet away, and consume them if they're close enough to pull into one of its many mouths. This is one that I would definitely have attacking from that ceiling 20 feet up in the air. A couple of things stand out about this set. First, I think they made good choices in the 3 smaller minis. You'll need quite a few Gemmules and Psionic Goblins and mutated villagers in this adventure, and having ones with different paint jobs is certainly great. They're not the flashiest minis in the set, but they are very useful to have. The Otyugh, I think, is just a great mini of a really fun creature. I do wish the black armor was a little bit more apparent on it, but it's not really reflected well in the art either. It's just represented on the mini here with a very slight black wash over parts of the creature. And the Flesh Meld is certainly a pretty desirable exclusive figure, and since it's bundled here with some useful minis from the campaign and not in a $700 collector's box, I'm not too upset about its presence here. One thing that we'll explore when we get the full set is the actual difference in the paint schemes, because I suspect they're pretty subtle, with the possible exception of the Otyugh. The Phandelver and Below Shattered Obelisk limited edition box set will be available in November for between $45 and $50. The full booster set is expected to land in January. Let me know what you think about it in the comments section down below, and check out the Fablemaker's Deck of Many Things Kickstarter, currently knocking out stretch goals. And for some lovely stocking stuffers, visit heroplush.com for some cute plushy kobolds and some accessories. Finally, come join me on social media at one of these platforms over here. For now though, stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.